Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Cali Veil channel. Thanks for tuning in. Shout out to China Observer. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to Cars with Cali. As you know, I'm a known car enthusiast in the Bay Area. And I didn't post any videos yet, but stay tuned because I'm going to start putting stuff on there because it's just easier for the people that don't have Instagram, like family, so then they could view the other content that I post. But anyway, for a culture that's always worried about what's left over and what's not in China, nobody wants to marry a leftover person, but they don't mind eating leftover food in fast food restaurants like KFC and McDonald's. It's very interesting, and we're going to get into it. This girl goes by the name of Shishi. I don't know what platform she's on. I guess they didn't want to give her no free attention, but let's go.
Here we are again, eating free KFC. Guys, I've already picked out my target. Some parts of a family meal is definitely going to be left behind. Someone left, time to hunt. Let's grab whatever is left in the corner. Who's this big eater? One piece left.
Now, growing up in America, especially in school, we were always taught not to eat or drink after people. This is a good way to get bumps on your face, herpes. This is like kissing somebody. So if you're eating or drinking after somebody, you basically kiss that person. And you don't know what that person's mouth been. And at this day and age, people do everything. So we still tend to kiss people.
Can't finish it, right? Hey, let me help you with that. Why's this still got the core? It smells awful.
Yeah, but you still ate it.
This one's durian flavored. And here's some fresh fries. Thank you, Mother Nature, for this gift. My stomach is still growling. I haven't had any meat yet. Over there, there's a beautiful meal left. I'll check that out in a bit. Oh no, look, they didn't even finish this properly.
And see, I'm guilty of that. I still don't know how to eat chicken wings. Or party wings, should I say. Me and my sister growing up in the 90s, my mom used to always get mad at us because we didn't suck the meat off the bone, the remainder of the bone. And till this day, I still don't eat chicken right. So it's like I'm wasting when I fry it.
If it was Suga, he would have eaten it all. These second-hand wings are good. Let me describe the food. Female college students' wings. 99% new. Minor flaws.
Flaws?
And here's some mashed potatoes. Guys, don't think this is leftovers. Just think of us as friends. We just got here late. Keep that in mind.
The young woman in the video is called Shishi, a video vlogger with 33,000 followers. Last year, she began working in the social media industry, creating content related to travel and city survival challenges. Recently, she suddenly changed her style, live streaming herself eating leftover food at KFC and McDonald's. Many of her fans have said that they find this hard to accept. I can't take it anymore. This is shattering my worldview. How can anyone eat this? Isn't it dirty? Am I
dirty, contaminated, cold? I mean, at least warm it up in a pot or something. Take it home and warm it up in a pot. I don't know. That's just doing too much. I mean, do you really have time to sit there and wait till somebody leaves their food unfinished?
the one who thinks this is really ridiculous? Do you really enjoy this? One viewer directly advised her, "You're a goddess. Don't eat leftovers. Why not eat something fresh?" Another viewer commented, "I saw leftover fries and chicken wings at McDonald's today, and I couldn't bring myself to eat them." She could easily be a beautiful streamer, so I really don't understand why she chose the leftover food path. As one commentator pointed out, streaming leftover food has become a trend for those seeking attention in the social media world in China. It's almost like going from being an online beggar to an offline one.
I mean, what do you expect? I mean, I guess she's creating a new trend. The girl's creative. I ain't gonna hate on that. Because most streamers don't make that much money because everybody's doing the same thing, right? I mean, I guess it's better than eating food off the floor. Yeah. But far as leftovers though, in the Chinese culture, they try to avoid leftovers. But this is indulging in leftovers. And some people think leftovers taste better the second day if stored properly.
Surprisingly, some people are actually supporting it, and streaming leftover food has helped some become major online influencers. For example, Su Ge, mentioned in Shishi's video, is a leading figure in this niche.
又来吃免费的肯德基了啊，兄弟们！
Here we are, eating free KFC again. Guy in front of us, there's a couple's
Janet! When's the last
meal. And take note of the guy over there by the door with a single meal. Also over there, there's a woman's single meal. All of these are going to be leftovers. Since we've already picked our targets, all we have to do now is sit and wait for 10-15 minutes. Then whatever is left is ours. Look at this table. Leftover rice. It's not cleaned up. There's still meat there. We can eat that, right?
My thing is, the person that previously had it, saliva, they done coughed in it. See, me, I have OCD. I'm a germaphobe. So sometimes, if I know somebody has a bad cough or they just have bad manners, I try to eat away from people because I know they're going to sneeze in my shit or walk by it. So it's best to eat away from people as far as possible sometimes, depending on where you're at. I'm not talking about family. I'm just talking about out in public. But damn.
Let's eat whilst we wait here. This is that girl's meal. This is her leftover soda. These two didn't really eat. Might as well not have eaten at all. Let's start eating. I'll make a quick bowl of rice. This is the base. Just mix everything together in one pot. Ah, that's nice. Full and happy for another day. How sad. The TikToker known as Su Yun currently has 178,000 followers and has received 793 likes. He's become a fairly well-known figure. Initially, Su Yun's streams were titled Surviving 15 Days in the City on 0 Yuan, where he live-streamed his life as a city wanderer. Perhaps during his challenges, he found that KFC and McDonald's were the ideal spots for people like him. Not only do the staff not kick them out like they would in other Chinese restaurants, but they occasionally find leftover food to eat. So, he eventually switched to live streaming himself eating leftover at KFC.
I noticed the American chains of restaurants, even including Starbucks, they're more generous overseas as far as kicking people out and you have to buy something to be there. Because they have older people, specifically in China, you could literally play board games and everything and play cards in Starbucks without buying anything. You could hustle off the Wi-Fi and everything. That won't fly here in America. They'll tell you, they'll kick you out. But over there, they're more generous.
And McDonald's, gaining significant popularity among fans. In some of his live streams, you might also see product promotion inserted. It seems his unique live streaming approach has successfully attracted enough followers to make his influencer dream come true. It's no wonder that a viewer commented, "Watching you eat leftovers on your live stream at night makes me want to cry. But then I remembered you drive a Range Rover during the day."
Ha!
Perhaps seeing Su Yun's success, Shishi, who is a fan of Su Yun, began learning from him in September last year and officially joined the leftover food live streaming trend. At the beginning, her expression was like this.
I just want to sit far away from him. He's eating other people's leftovers.
Here, have some fries. Want some?
The only thing I can compare this to is somebody that starts in the sex industry. At first, she doesn't want to do it because you're a stranger. But over time, maybe in a month or two, she just gets used to it. You're eating a stranger's food, so it's pretty much the same thing. You're swallowing the other person's body fluids.
She tried a few times but couldn't eat it, quietly tossing it away. Later the two picked up some leftover rice.
I can't eat one bite of that. He somehow found some bones to chew on. I imagine it's what some guy left behind.
In the end, she finally let go of her dignity and took the final bite of leftover food. Many fans couldn't accept her self-degradation and urged her, Shishi, don't follow him. Work may be exhausting, but at least it has dignity. Go find a job. However, some fans encouraged her, when you break through your own limits, you've already succeeded halfway. In recent years, China's economy has taken a sharp downturn. causing youth unemployment to soar. Many young people unable to find jobs have turned to the live streaming industry, hoping to become influencers. The barrier to entry for live streaming is low. Just pick up a phone and start broadcasting, but standing out is difficult. Previous data showed that 90% of streamers don't make any money, as the competition.
Well, you heard that, but yet everybody's still trying to do it. Everybody thinks that they're a freelancer or an entrepreneur, but a lot of times when women say they're freelancers, we know what they're doing. OnlyFans, which is pretty much prostitution, but a lot of people don't see it that way, but whatever. It's exploitation.
Intensifies, many streamers resort to unconventional methods to grab attention, using shock value or bizarre tactics in their live streams. Many say the key to success lies in one's mental resilience and abilities. Thus, live streaming activities like those of Suyun and Shishi eating leftover food, something most people wouldn't consider, have become an emerging trend, accepted and imitated by many young people. These young people are treating leftover food live streaming as a profession. In fact, there are even more true leftover food enthusiasts who wander between various restaurants and fast food places every day. They never appear on camera, simply quietly scavenging leftovers to satisfy their hunger. Among them are unemployed middle-aged people, young people struggling to find work, and even elderly people wandering the cities. In bustling Shanghai, many of these leftover food enthusiasts even dress decently. The owner of a buffet restaurant in Shanghai witnessed someone picking up other people's leftover food, which deeply shocked him.
我跟大家讲啊，其实我以前是不相信有人会去吃别人吃剩下的东西的。
Let me tell you, I used to not believe anyone would actually eat someone else's leftovers, but something recently happened that really shattered my worldview. I was at a restaurant looking for a place to eat, and we had these big skewers from the northeast at the buffet.
I mean, look, it's different. This is different. So let's say you order food, you out with family or something. Let's say you ordered too much food and you wanted to give some away before you started, or you had a plate of food. And usually we'll share food as we're eating it. Like, we'll go around the area of the food that we weren't eating and scrape it off our plate onto the next. That's different. I mean, you're just 100% going in the food like it's fresh off the grill.
I saw someone packing up, but the person packing didn't seem like the one who had just eaten. He was taking the meat off the skewers, piece by piece, and putting it into his own takeout box. Of course, I didn't stop him right then, but I'm sure he wasn't one of the customers who had just eaten. It's hard to believe, but in the middle of downtown Shanghai, someone snuck into our buffet and started stealing other people's leftovers. One commentator corrected, "This isn't stealing, it's just picking up what others left behind."
Yeah, and I agree. And these people that are doing that, it's trendy, and they're also helping the owners of the restaurant run the place more cleaner. They're pretty much cleaning up the mess left behind, so the owners of this restaurant should be thankful.
Another commenter said, "There will be more cases like this next year. Don't discriminate. Don't drive them away. Show some care. Life is tough."
Yes, it is.
Someone else commented and said, "I saw it at KFC once. At the table next to me, there were leftover chicken nuggets and fries. A well-dressed man just sat down and started eating them." There's a commenter sharing, "It's pretty normal at KFC. At McDonald's, there are always people who eat leftovers, even at busy snack stalls near City God Temple.
You know, and I've witnessed this too firsthand, because this is San Francisco type stuff anyway. So, back in the days when I was still frequenting the nightclubs, there's a trash can outside a particular nightclub facing the street, towards the edge of the street, right? And you know how big cities are. They try to be green by putting these fancy trash cans on every corner. Well, there was a slice of pizza. Somebody set a slice of pizza on top of the trash can. It was bitten off of like 2 or 3 times. So it was like half of the pizza left. But some guy randomly just walked by and picked the plate up and just started eating it as if he left it there from earlier. So I was like, wow, savage. And this was a long time ago. This had to be over, this is probably like 15 years ago. But yeah, I just remember that scene in my head play over and over and over. It's kind of intrusive. But yeah.
You'll see people eating leftover food. There are many poor homeless people in Shanghai, but you just don't notice them. If you go outside the inner ring and check under the bridges or elevated roads along the outer ring, you'll definitely find someone sleeping there. There are even homeless people in phone booths, and at 24-hour KFCs and McDonald's, you'll definitely see people sleeping there late.
Definitely a scene in San Francisco. The only difference is, like I said, KFC and McDonald's, you might not see it this out of hand, but like I said, a lot of the restaurants ran over here, they don't really have a lot of courtesy. They'll just tell you can't be here and you're scaring off the customers. But yeah, life is really hard though, especially for young people. And see, in San Francisco and Oakland, it's more middle-aged homeless people. These are people that went through divorces, lost their whole family. Maybe they had an alcohol addiction or something. But no, these are just young college students that just have a hard time. Yeah.
At night. Recently, a user on the platform X posted about how, under the pressure of unemployment, some people have started eating others' leftovers food, and there will be a revolution this year. The user wrote, "A few days ago in Lujiazui, I saw a man in his 30s eating leftovers. I was sitting about 2 meters away when I saw 2 women leaving a plate with a lot of fried rice. First, a man in his 30s, wearing a hat, kept his head down, looking at the table. He approached the fried rice, picked up 2 order slips, probably for reimbursement. Then, unexpectedly, another man, tall and wearing a wool coat, sat right down at the chair in front of the fried rice. He drank a couple of sips from a half-full cup of tea, then tossed the cup aside and started eating the fried rice." The ex-user said, "He probably has it as tough as I do. He seems like a decent guy, and I even filmed the video, but it's not something I should post. Recently, I've seen several people eating leftovers like this, so when you're having a big meal, maybe keep an eye out." The blogger later saw an elderly woman, after the customers left, picked up small pieces of meat from the Hunan chili peppers. She looked delighted as she ate the leftovers, including a few dumplings that were left on a plate. One user commented, "I never thought this would really happen. Chinese people are going hungry."
And to those of you that are around my age, if you grew up off The Christmas Story, which was released back in 1983, yeah, that was about a few years before I was born, right? But check this out. There was a line that they said at the dinner table when they were eating a holiday meal. They were like, they're starving children in China. Now, I've heard Africa, but I'm like, okay, China. Yeah, China's a large country, so that means there's people that are doing good and there's a lot of people that are doing bad. So I'm matching that line with this. There really are a lot of starving people in China. Not only that, there's a lot of homeless people in China too. So China is pretty much the new America. Everybody's just struggling. The middle class is gone, etc., etc. But I just don't see the trend out here of everybody eating everybody's leftovers.
Another user lamented, "The accomplishments of the prosperous age all belong to the Communist Party, but the suffering of the decline falls on the people. The second largest GDP in the world has nothing to do with the common people. The assets of the children of officials are second to none."
Okay, it's getting more political now. We're gonna stop it right there. I might save the rest for another video, but thanks for checking this out. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.